And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McClellan versus Lotz. Step forward, please.
Sammy McClellan is suing her ex-boyfriend, David Lotz, for loans for child support, rent, and an airline ticket.
Miss McClellan, you met the defendant according to the complaint that I read on the internet. You began to date him and made a series of loans to him. You no longer are involved in any sort of relationship. You want your money back. Mr. Lotz says that there was never any agreement to pay you back any of the money that you gave to him. And the one issue with regard to an airline ticket, you were unable to use it and you gave it to him as a gift. Mr. Lotz, when did you and the plaintiff begin a relationship?
I don't know if I would call it a relationship per se. I talked to her online, and I think I saw her maybe a total of 4 times.
And how long did it last?
Until the time that I thought it was just non-conducive to have any contact with her whatsoever.
Why was that?
Just erratic behavior by emails, text messages, and I have 2 small sons, and I just didn't think that any type of relationship would be an appropriate environment for her to be around them.
Okay. At what point did you decide that? Did you decide that before or after you took money from her?
Well, it would be after.
While you were taking money from her, everything was fine?
We really didn't have a relationship per se except friendship. As I said, I saw her 4 times.
Was it clear to you, sir, that she had more of an interest in you than you had in her?
No, not necessarily.
How much money did you give her over the course of the brief time that you spent with her?
None.
How many gifts did you purchase for her?
None.
How much money did you take from her?
It was roughly $2,000.
And what did you take the money for?
I had some past bills, and well, the $2,000 that would include the plane ticket that was a gift.
Forget the plane ticket. I'm not interested in a plane ticket. She had a plane ticket that she couldn't use, and it was going to go to waste, and she gave it to you. Who cares? I'm interested in cash.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You were doing either some sort of courting or some sort of conning, or you're a pervert. You have 3 choices. Those are the only 3 choices I can come up with. Courting, conning, or a pervert.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sammy McClellan says ex-boyfriend David Lotz owes for loans to pay his child support and rent.
Now, Mr. Lotz, how much cash money did you take from Miss McClellan?
About $1,700.
Let me hear the first amount of money that you took from her. When was it and what was it for?
I'm not sure of the exact date, but I had some...
I don't need an exact date. Give me a month and year.
Roughly 4 months ago, last year.
Well, 4 months ago would not be last year, sir. Your math is off. When was the first time he took money from you?
It was on, actually, March 2nd.
And what was it for, Mr. Lotz?
I had some past due things that I had to pay.
Like what?
Various things. I don't know right now. I mean, we had a discussion.
I want you to start to think. You didn't think you were coming to the beach today. And you knew what she was suing you for. So let's start to think and not act like a goofball. Okay, sir? What was the money for? You saw her, according to you, 3 or 4 times. In at least 2 of those 3 or 4 times, she gave you money. What was the first one for?
I believe the first one is I had some utilities stuff and some insurance.
How would she know that you had issues with your utilities and your insurance?
We had extensive conversations via the internet and Facebook. That was basically the bulk of the relationship.
You mean that you needed money?
I was going through a very hard divorce, and I confided in her as a friend, and so she knew the situation of everything that was going on.
Don't tell me what she knew. If you're courting a woman on the internet, which is what you were doing.
I don't know. I think that's a
well, unless you're some sort of a pervert, I would assume that if you were on the internet involving someone in the intimacy of your life, you were doing either some sort of courting or some sort of conning, or you're a pervert. You have 3 choices. Those are the only 3 choices I can come up with. Courting, conning, or a pervert.
I don't see it that way.
I don't care what you see. So somehow she knew you needed money for your utilities and insurance. This had nothing to do with child support, did it?
No, I was paid for. I took care of that. It was paid.
When was it paid, sir?
I pay the first week of every month.
I told her about a hearing that was coming up March 2010 and the child support payments I needed to make right away. That's what you wrote. That's not what she wrote. That's what you wrote. That's not a utility. Your children are not utilities. They may be utilities to you, but child support is not a utility or insurance. How much did you give for child support?
It was $600.
That's a better answer. Now, these are the two sons that you didn't want to be around somebody that was as kooky as the plaintiff, right? These are the two small sons that you're very attached to, or do you have other sons?
Just them.
Just them. She didn't make them, did she? She didn't make them.
No, ma'am.
Whose responsibility is it to support them?
Mine.
Right. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a chef.
So you eat regularly. And the court sent an order of support that you were supposed to pay. Why didn't you pay it?
I was having some financial difficulties.
So you were either courting her, conning her, or you're a pervert. Right now we fit into the conning part.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How much money did she send you in rent?
$11.50.
How much did you send back to her?
It was a gift in my estimation.
How much did you send back to her? The answer is none. Now you know where you fit.
Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, $600. It's not her responsibility to support your children. What other money did you take from her, Mr. Lotes?
My rent.
Rent. Who did you live with?
Myself.
So let's see. You're not paying child support, and you didn't have any money for rent. So what category are you? You're either courting her, conning her, or you're a pervert. How much money did she send you in rent?
$11.50.
How much did you send back to her?
It was a gift in my estimation.
How much did you send back to her? The answer is none. Now, in what month did she give you the $11.50 for rent?
It was March.
So in March, she gave you money for child support and rent.
To be honest, I don't remember.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, at what point did you believe that she was a threat to your two children? What month was that?
It would have been in June.
Did you see her in April?
No, it was. No, I'm sorry. It was May. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It was May.
Everybody fits into one of those categories on the internet. Now you know where you fit. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $17.50. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, case number 174 on the calendar in the matter of Stevens versus House State.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Stevens, your complaint alleges that the defendant, who was your boyfriend, owes you some money for loans. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Halstead says there was never actually an agreement to pay you back any of the money that he acknowledges that you advanced him. He said that they were gifts, he needed some cash, and you were going to be a couple, and you were more than happy to be generous when he needed it. Is that right?
That's correct.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Halstead?
I've been a network engineer for 11 years in the computer field.
What kind of income do you have?
Make $80,000 a year on top of commission.
You've been working for the same company for 11 years?
No.
How long have you been working for your current company?
Current company, I've been employed with them since February 22nd of 2010.
And when did you and Ms. Stevens start a relationship?
We started the relationship, met on February 14th. Of 2010.
And you started this new job on February 22nd?
Correct.
So you started it a week later?
Correct.
Now, what was the first loan you gave him?
Within the first couple of weeks, I got him loans for $1,613.35.
For what?
For work-related expenses for him.
Explain that to me.
I met him on February 14th, and soon after that, he got a job, and he said that he needed money for his work. So I lent him the money under the agreement. We had a verbal contract stating that he would pay me back on his first paycheck. I have receipts.
I'm listening.
There was no agreement to that.
Well, tell me how the work-related expenses, which she describes as work-related expenses, I assume some clothes, how did that come about?
Basically, I had a business trip as we were starting our lives together and lived.
You weren't starting your life together. You met on February 14th. You start your new job February 22nd. You need some clothes. Now you know each other a week.
We also moved in together.
When?
Pretty much instantly.
When you say instantly, you met February 14th where?
We met through a mutual friend at somebody's birthday get-together at a local bar.
And?
And pretty much we're inseparable ever since. We clicked right away, had a really good rapport with her. She seemed like a genuine good person.
And you had no place to live?
I had a place to live.
Where were you living? I
was living out of my car and on friends' couch.
You were living out of your car. So you connected right away, living out of your car.
Yep.
You met her. She was lonely, and she said, you might as well move in with me.
She didn't have a place to live. She was living with her current boyfriend, who was 20 years older than her.
So where did you move to?
My condo, my apartment/condo that we have, and that I'm currently in.
And how did you get that condo?
I basically negotiated with my new employer to provide me with a loan in order to secure that place of living.
And Miss Stevens moved in with you?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
March 1st.
When did she move out?
End of May, I believe it was, middle of May.
So she lived with you March and April and most of May?
Correct.
And what was the financial arrangement?
We had a verbal agreement that I would handle all the...
What was the financial arrangement?
That I would pay the bills as far as rent, the electricity, utilities, and she would take care of the food and any other particulars.
Okay. And did you pay the rent from March, April, and May?
Yes, ma'am.
When Miss Stevens lived there?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the rent?
The rent is $13.50.
And where were you living prior to March?
I was living with my ex-boyfriend of 5 years.
And when did you start to date Mr. Halstead?
On February 14th.
When did you move out of the boyfriend's house?
A couple days later.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a special ed teacher.
And when you moved out of the boyfriend's house, where did you move to?
I moved to my mom's house for a while first.
For how long?
For a couple weeks, until he got the condo.
And then you moved in with him?
Correct.
Go.
That's incorrect. She basically moved directly out of his place, in with me, had me stay with her mom for a couple days while we were waiting for the condo to be cleaned out and closed.
So you stayed with her mother with her?
Right.
Okay.
There was no separation period between her and her ex. And
well, when she was staying with her mom...
Well, with me.
With you?
Right.
Well, that's a separation period. Okay. So you didn't pay anything in rent as a special ed teacher March, April, and May?
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
So when we talked about the verbal agreement for the work-related expenses, my witness here was here when she heard Jason agree that he would promise that he would pay me back for all the work-related expenses listed here. I have receipts and credit card statements paid for my credit card made out in his name.
What kind of expenses did you have March, April, and May?
Gas, food, everything for us to survive on. I'm buying a home right now, so I had to put a large sum down for my deposit on my home that I am about to move into.
That's your problem, Ms. Stevens. That's not his problem.
He had my credit card. I spent everything for gas, groceries, utilities, cell phone bills, Comcast, etc., gas, insurance.
I'd want to see that.
Yeah.
He says there was no agreement to pay you back for work-related expenses. That's his statement.
I have a witness stating that she heard that.
I'm not sure about it.
Here, these are a bunch of credit card statements.
Do those credit card statements have on them water, Comcast? Do they have those expenses on it?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Well, take a look. That's what I want to see.
Okay. They have the cell phone bill and I believe Comcast.
I'm not talking about whose cell phone.
I paid for both our cell phone bills, Comcast, everything.
You keep saying that. I just want to see it on your credit card statement. Don't show me the whole credit card statement. Bird, give her a pencil. She's not following me.
Circle.
Circle. Comcast. Power. Light. Water.
I found 2 expenses on here.
So what I have here that you have circled is $169 in California Comcast on March 16. I have 19 AT&T for $149. Am I correct that that's it?
No, I just did not come prepared. I apologize for that.
Well, this is prepared. This is your visa.
That's just the work-related expenses that I brought in.
No, my dear. Miss Stevens, is what you're telling me you have more than one credit card?
Yeah.
Go get it. Go get your bills for the other credit card that you say you have other items that were household items. Wait.
I don't.
But don't waste my time, because all they have to do is fax them to you. and we can make arrangements to do that now. So far I have $318 that you have circled from February to April.
I have a pile in the back about this tall of about $5,000 in expenses that I can go grab.
Expenses for what?
Groceries, utilities.
Are they paid bills by you? And what did you pay them with?
My other credit card. But most of them are groceries and other expenses. I only paid the Comcast and the AT&T bill.
See what happens when you get the nose starts to twitter.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He's a con man. He's been doing this his whole life. He's a career criminal.
When were you served with the restraining order?
I mean, he's conned me. He's been conning people his whole life, and I can prove it with a background check.
And later today.
Can you do that? If not, I'm dismissing your case. Go back to your local small claims court and duke it out if some judge is idiot enough to do it. This judge is not that kind of an idiot.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Shelley Stevens says ex-boyfriend Jason Halstead owes for loans and for property he either damaged or refuses to return.
What else do you claim he owes you money for?
In March, shortly after his first paycheck, he traveled to Atlanta, Georgia to visit a friend, and he got arrested for drug-related charges, and he asked me to please bail him out. And as much as I did not want to and let him know that he still owed me money, he let me know that he would not be able to pay me back any of the money that he had promised that he would pay me back unless I sent money over. So with another agreement that he pay me back immediately upon his next paycheck, I did send the MoneyGram over. I have the receipt and the statement of the MoneyGram that I sent over to bail him out of jail so that he can pay me back. And at this time, when he came back, he was unable to pay me back with his next paycheck because he was so behind on child support from being a deadbeat father because he had been unemployed for a year and a half. He owed people money for who knows what, and people were supposedly after him for money, so he was not able to pay me back again. At this point, I got really upset, Your Honor, and that's when I went back in to get all of my items out of the house because he had not paid me back. At that time, he got physically and emotionally abusive. He threw me down. He threw my refrigerator down. I have pictures of the refrigerator that he broke. I have a police report because I felt unsafe and had to call the police as well as my stepfather to be there while I moved out all of my large items. And I have a copy of the police report if you'd like to see it.
No, I wouldn't. I want to know, on April 11th, there's a charge here that says work supplies.
That was from Fry's Electronics for his work.
And
that was part of the verbal agreement that he promised he would pay me back.
Was that April 11th before or after the $400 that you sent to him?
April 11th was after the $400 that I had sent him. I was on March 27th that I sent him the $400 to bail him out of jail.
I'll hear you now, sir. Go.
I have the contract for the loan if you need to see that from my employer.
I don't have to see it. I believe that she paid $300 towards the expenses of running the house for the 3 months that she lived there.
Basically, I've lost my job as a result of filing a restraining order against her. She has a firearm that she has not submitted yet to.
That's not true, Your
When
Honor.
you filed a restraining order against her, was that restraining order granted?
Yes, it was.
I'd like to see it.
Here is the first one, which was filed on...
No, I don't want to see the first one. I want to see the one that was granted.
90 days.
Okay.
Man, he's been doing this his whole life. He's a career criminal. I have a 5-page criminal background check on him. I mean, he's conned me. He's been conning people his whole life, and I can prove it with a background check.
When were you served with the restraining order?
On June 15th, which is the date that he promised he would pay me back, Your Honor.
Stop with the money! Just answer my question. When were you served with the
June
restraining
15th.
order? And when was the first hearing date?
It was yesterday.
And what happened?
The judge said that there was not sufficient evidence for a restraining order and that she would grant a temporary one for 90 days.
So the answer is she granted a restraining order for 90 days.
Yes.
She didn't dismiss his application for a restraining order.
Correct.
She granted it for 90 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were present.
Yes.
Got it.
Your Honor, prior to that, he was upset because I was asking for the money that he had promised back, and he said that he was going to
Ms.
ruin my
Stevens,
life.
I want you to think about this. One would like to think that someone who teaches children with special needs would exercise better judgment than moving in with somebody that she's known for a week. That's number one. Number two, when you lend somebody money and they don't pay you back, the dumb thing is to lend them more money. And then the dumber thing is to lend them more money after that and to allow them to continue to use your credit card. Now, that would make me feel sorry for you if you got taken in by Mr. Halstead and kept giving him money because you were crazy about him and you thought that you were going to have a life together. The thing that makes me less sympathetic towards you, Ms. Stevens, is that you really paid nothing for 3 months, which allows somebody who works for the Board of Education to save enough money, as you said, to put a down payment on a house.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
do you expect courts to make a determination whether you own the vacuum cleaner? Do you actually expect a court to make that judgment?
Yes.
No, it doesn't work that way. You have to behave like grown-ups.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Shelley Stevens says ex-boyfriend Jason Halstead owes for loans and for property he either damaged or refuses to return.
So I feel less sympathy for you in the money that you laid out for him, which was, according to you, if I believe everything that you say, was $2,600, because $2,600 divided by 3 equals $866 a month. That would have covered your rent, water, utilities, because you don't have any of those on here, and everything else, which seems to be a rather even trade for the $2,600 that you advanced to him. So I have less sympathy for you, and therefore I feel less guilty about dismissing your case. Do you understand?
I do understand,
I don't believe there was a loan, and if I'm mistaken that there was an agreement to pay you back, you more than got paid back by living rent and utility free for the 3 months that you lived with Mr. Halstead, a fact that you do not seem to deny, but that you acknowledge when you tell me that you had a lot of expenses because you were saving up for a down payment on a house. Your case is dismissed.
Your
Thank
Honor?
you very much.
Your Honor, please.
That's it.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. May step out.
She's just belligerent, acts very bipolar-ish.
He became emotionally and physically abusive.
Choked me during conversations
He threatened my life. He threw me down to the ground.
because she didn't like what I had to say.
He still continues to harass me.
Women scorned, you never know what they're going to do.
I'm genuinely scared.
Just glad it worked out and the truth prevailed.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus King. Step forward.
Katina Williams is suing her sister-in-law, Yolanda King, for an unpaid loan to attend a life seminar.
Miss Williams, the defendant is your sister-in-law, and you claim a loan that she has not repaid.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not exactly sure of what Miss King's defense is. She seems to suggest that you forgave the loan. When was it, and what was it for?
It was in December, and the loan
December of 2009?
Yes, ma'am. December of 2009, and the loan was for her to go on a trip to visit Miss Juanita.
Who is Miss Juanita?
She's an evangelist in Atlanta, Georgia, and she does like work on TBN, and it was supposed to be for a Christian women's trip that she needed money
Have you
for.
done that trip before?
No, this is my first time doing the trip.
And how much was it to go?
$1,000.
Was that for the event itself, or
It was a 2-day class.
did it include your airfare or your transportation, your hotel, or just the class?
Just the class.
Where were you staying?
My brother-in-law,
How far away is that from where you live?
Atlanta, like 4 hours.
So you were going to drive?
I drove my car.
Why was it important for you to go if you didn't have the money?
I wanted to go to the event, the 2-day life class.
Did you ask your sister-in-law to lend you the money?
Yeah, I asked her. Can I?
When did you ask her?
I think it was the end of November.
And when did she give you the money?
She gave me the money on the 8th of December. My nephew went and picked the money up and deposited for me. I have the papers right here.
And?
Deposited in the account,
And?
they took it out the account.
So why are we here?
Why we here?
Yeah.
Because she gave it to me as a loan. She
Yes, I understand. She gave it to you as a loan. You didn't pay her back. So why are we here?
Because she said in my living room, the Thursday before I left, we went to Cato's to get me a pair of pants. She bought me a pair of pants. And we got in my car, came back at my car, went in my living room, and she said, sister-in-law, I'm happy for you, that you're going on this trip because you deserve to go on this trip. She said, I'm going to give it to you because this is your destiny. And I said, okay. And
On what date did that conversation take place?
it was on the 10th, that Thursday.
Well, I thought she gave you the money on the 8th.
She gave me money on the 8th. The conversation took place to that Thursday, the day before I left, that Friday.
When were you supposed to pay her the money back?
When I was supposed to pay her the money back?
That was my question. You have to give me the answer.
After she told me I didn't have to pay her back.
I didn't ask you that. When were you supposed to?
I was supposed to pay her back when I got my taxes. And when she told me I didn't have to pay her back.
She didn't tell you don't have to pay her back at all. I mean, you surmise by the phrase, I'm going to give this to you because I know it's your destiny. The fact that she unequivocally said to you, you do not have to pay me the money back. That's not what she said at all.
She said it was
What did you learn from your life class?
Well, I learned a lot from my life.
What did you learn there?
I learned a lot, 2 days.
You didn't learn to pay your debts. That you didn't learn.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today.
Anything else?
It's just been pretty ridiculous, the immaturity I've had to deal with, everything I've been through.
You know, that's what happens.
It is.
You know what I have to go through every day?
Suing a family member? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
What did you learn?
But when somebody tell me they're going to give it to me as a gift.
She didn't say that at all.
My daughter's my witness.
No, Miss King, you just told me what she said. She said, I'm happy to have been able to do this for you.
Yeah, and she said she wasn't going to give it.
No, I'm happy to be able to do this for you. You heard it. You don't have to pay me the money back. I don't know what happened afterwards, but that's what you heard. So what I want to know is what you learned in the 2-day seminar with the evangelist. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think that the money was giving.
I don't have no reaction.
And yet, I don't think she really learned too much.
I don't have none.
Because her heart still hasn't changed. She's still hardened.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Basically, lesson not learned.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Stewart versus Hunt. Step forward.
22-year-old Tara Stewart is suing former friend, 19-year-old James Hunt, for money owed on a car she sold him and for shooting up the car with a paintball gun.
Mr. Hunt, you purchased a used car from Miss Stewart.
Yes.
What kind of car did you purchase from her?
Grand Am teal. I'm not sure the year.
How old was the car?
1994.
And how much did you purchase the car for?
$500.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. And how much did you pay her?
I've paid her $120 so far, and I lost my job. So
I didn't ask you anything else. I asked you how much you paid her. And when did you purchase the car?
June of 2009.
And where is the car now?
Sitting at my house.
Why am I here?
She refuses to come and get the car when
she doesn't have to get the car. She sold you the car.
She has the title and the keys.
She's going to give them to you.
Okay.
As soon as you pay her, $380. Do you understand? That's what it is. $380 is what you still owe her.
Yes, that is what I owe her.
Good. Perfect.
Job.
Anything else?
Yeah, he slandered me on the internet quite a bit. Yeah, it's just been pretty ridiculous, the immaturity I've had to deal with, everything I've been through.
You know, that's what happens.
It is.
You know what I have to go through every day? Hey,
I'm the immature.
You know what I have to go through every day?
Sure.
He owes you $380 for the car. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
That's case number 147 on the calendar in the matter of Wills versus Cooper. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Cooper, what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm the head of domestic sales for a multi-million-dollar company.
And how long have you had that job?
Since about November of 2009.
How much do you earn?
$35,000 a year.
Get commissions?
Yes.
Bonuses?
Not yet.
Have you gotten a commission?
Not yet.
So your base salary is $35,000.
Right.
Who do you live with?
I live with my parents.
What do they do for a living?
My mother works for the county, and my father owns a construction company.
When were you and Miss Wills planning to get married?
We hadn't set a date. It was something that we had talked about loosely. We were trying to get all of our ducks in a pond first. At the time, I was unemployed. I wanted to make sure we moved out first, lived together. So we didn't have a date set.
And when you were together, where were you living?
I lived with my parents.
So even when you were dating and discussing marriage, you were living with your parents?
Correct.
And where was Miss Wills living?
With her parents.
Now, you accumulated a whole bunch of tickets.
Correct.
Where?
In Riverside County.
Why?
They were mostly tinted window tickets that I had forgotten about.
What does that mean, tinted window tickets?
My windows on my truck were illegally tinted.
Why were they illegally tinted?
It's the way I bought it.
How many tickets did you get for that?
I think the total was maybe 4.
What else did you get tickets for?
That's all I can remember. It's been so long.
How long ago was it?
It's been well over a year since we paid off the tickets.
Now, you use the word we loosely, I assume, because you didn't pay for the tickets.
Right.
Tell me how that came about, Mr. Cooper.
When we were planning on getting married, I was planning on becoming a police officer. Something like this was holding me back, and we were planning on going to Vegas. I got pulled over, and he said I didn't have a license, which I was unaware of, and we were still going to Vegas.
So you had no license?
Right.
You were pulled over, and you were driving?
Right.
Without a license?
Right.
What do you mean you weren't aware of the fact you didn't have a license?
I never received a letter from the DMV in the mail.
Of course you did. If you've been living with your parents your whole life, you got it in the mail, you ignored it.
I just moved back home.
You ignored your tinted windows. You moved back home from where?
Temecula.
Who were you living in Temecula with?
Friends of mine.
Is that where you got the tickets for tinted windows?
That's where I assumed my mail was forwarded, and I had never received it since then.
How long were you living with friends in Temecula?
Well over a year.
And what's the current address on your driver's license?
Riverside.
And were you living in Riverside when you got your driver's license?
Yes.
How old are you?
25.
And how long is a driver's license valid for?
I don't know.
4 years, 5 years, 10 years, as long as a driver's license is valid in the state of California.
I do not know.
Do you have your driver's license with you?
I don't have it on me, no.
So what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Cooper, is you went to motor vehicles and changed your address when you were living in Temecula?
I changed my address to Temecula. When I came back home, I never changed it back.
They send your mail where your driver's license indicates that you live. My question to you, Mr. Cooper, is, are you trying to tell me that a man who accumulates tickets for the same offense, time after time, doesn't know how long his driver's license is good for, but was a good enough citizen to go to Temecula and advise the county in Temecula that you had temporarily relocated with friends to change your address on your driver's license? I just want you to tell me that that's what you want me to believe.
That's not what I'm telling you.
Fine. Then your mail went to Riverside, not to Temecula. And when it went to Riverside, your parents, somebody responsible who works for the county, and your father who has his own business would have said, hey, idiot, your driver's license is suspended. You get where I'm going?
I understand.
Perfect. Now, let's move on with the tickets. So you were planning to be a police officer, just what we need. And this was holding you back because you were on your way to Vegas and you got pulled over and you had no driver's license. Did they impound your truck?
No, I wasn't on my way to Vegas when I got pulled over.
Oh, I thought you were on your way to Vegas.
It was something that we had planned to do.
Oh, so you weren't on your way there. No. You got pulled over in Riverside.
Correct.
And they said your license has been suspended because you didn't pay all these tickets.
Correct.
Who was in the truck with you?
Nobody.
So what happened to your truck?
I turned around and went home.
They let you drive home with no license?
I was a quarter mile from my house.
They let you drive home with no license. And what did you do when you got home?
Tried to figure out why I didn't have a license.
And did you figure it out?
I did.
What did you figure?
The culmination of all the tickets that I had.
So you must have called somebody to find out. Did you ask your mom to help you?
No.
How did you find out?
Went to the DMV. The DMV told me.
You went yourself?
Right.
How did you get there?
I had a friend drive me.
Great. And when you got to the DMV, you found out that you had accumulated these tickets with fines. Right. To what amount?
Roughly $2,600-ish.
Roughly $2,600-ish. Got it. So then what did you do?
Had to find out what the tickets were for. Had to find out how to pay them off.
How did you pay them off?
I didn't pay them off.
Well, they were paid off.
Correct.
How did that happen?
Larissa paid them off.
Tell me how that happened.
Before we went to Vegas, she said that she didn't want to drive, and I was gonna set up a payment plan, but it would take too long to pay off all the tickets. So the end result would be...
Which means you wouldn't have a license.
Correct, which means I couldn't drive to Vegas.
Go ahead.
Okay, then Larissa didn't want to drive to Vegas. We were going with a group of friends, so she offered to pay them off for me.
What did she say?
She said...
No, don't look there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the best I can, too. She said something along the lines that she had a credit card or she had money, because I don't have a credit card, and that she offered to pay them off for me.
Not offered. She said something to you.
She said she will pay them off for me.
Okay. Now, how were you supposed to pay her back?
I wasn't supposed to pay her back.
That's a lie,
Well,
Your Honor.
You were going to make a payment plan with the people in Temecula.
Riverside.
Or Riverside.
Correct.
Oh, these tickets were from Riverside. Fabulous. Good. You were going to make a payment plan with the people in Riverside, and they are strangers to you.
Correct.
Why wouldn't you at least make a payment plan with your girlfriend and say, listen, if you pay them off for me, I'll at least give you what I was going to pay to the county?
Correct.
Why didn't you stop saying correct? Why wouldn't you say that to her?
I didn't need to. She offered it as a gift.
That's a lie.
Why wouldn't you say that to her?
Because I didn't.
Why?
Because it was a gift.
He did say that to me, Your Honor.
Just a second.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I assumed it to be a gift. It was brought to me as a gift. I wouldn't offer to pay my grandma for a sweater for Christmas.
Don't be a wise guy with me. Why didn't you ask your mother who works for the county or your father who has his own business?
They said no.
Because you're a bum.
And later today,
I want you to start to think. You didn't think you were coming to the beach today, and you knew what she was suing you for. So let's start to think and not act like a goofball, okay, sir?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Larissa Wills says ex-boyfriend Denby Cooper owes for a large loan to pay off traffic tickets.
Now, what I'm asking you is, why wouldn't you say that to her? Sweetheart, they're my tickets. I got them. I was wrong. I don't want you to take out money from a credit card. As it happens, she says she borrowed it from her mother's credit card and then paid her mother back. But I don't want you to be out the money. It's my fault. It's my responsibility. If you pay it off up front so that I can have a license, you know, I'll pay you and your mother back slowly. Why wouldn't a person like you do that?
Because I didn't, Your Honor. Because I assumed it to be a gift. It was brought to me as a gift. I wouldn't offer to pay my grandma for a sweater for Christmas.
Why didn't, listen, don't be a wise guy with me. Why didn't you ask your mother who works for the county or your father who has his own business?
Because they wouldn't pay for me.
Why?
They said no.
Because you're a bum.
I'm not a bum.
Well, sure you were. You weren't working.
Right.
You were 24 years old. You're a bum. And you had no business going to Vegas. How are you going to Vegas if you were 24 years old, had no job? What were you going to do in Vegas? Stand on a corner?
No.
What were you going to do in Vegas?
Go out with friends. We had a group of people who were going with us.
And how were you going to go out? What were you going to use as barter?
I had money.
From what?
I was working part-time.
Part-time where?
At a cell phone repair company.
On the books or off the books?
Off the books.
Were you getting unemployment insurance?
Yes.
Huh? Always follow the money. That's why I love this job. How long were you working off the books while you were collecting unemployment?
Not very long.
I want the president to listen to this. Go ahead.
Not
How
very
long?
long.
Not very long. How long is not very long?
Less than a month, 3 weeks. It wasn't a daily job. I fixed cell phones from home.
You had enough to go to Vegas along with the government's help.
Correct. We split the tab.
You're a big boy. You eat a burger and a half. And you were going out with friends. That's not cheap in Vegas. So the couple of 3 days a week that maybe you worked for a cell phone company while collecting unemployment and saying you were looking for work, you must have earned really good money fixing cell phones.
No.
How much did you pay off for his tickets?
It was $26.78.
How much did he pay you back?
$200.
Lovely. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,470. You get a ticket. It's your responsibility to pay it. Bye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very happy with it.
I was a little disappointed.
I guess he just didn't want to pay me back for the tickets, and I couldn't get a hold of him.
It was a gift.
He told me to never call him again.
I didn't want to talk to her anymore.
He was mad at me because we broke up.
After she broke up with me to be with somebody else, I had no desire to want to be with her anymore or talk to her.
We just weren't good for each other.
Don't trust women?
Never loan people any money without a written agreement.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Murr versus DeLapp. Step forward, please.
Annalise Muir is suing her ex-boyfriend, Robert DeLapp, for the return of property in a storage unit that's in his name.
Miss Muir, how many years did you live together?
Off and on for 8.5 years.
What does that mean, off and on?
The first 4 years was an off and on. After that, it became pretty permanent.
It's your statement that after you broke up, certain property was taken out of a joint storage unit that belonged to you.
Yes.
He says you took certain take your hands out of your pockets.
Sorry.
He says certain property was taken by you that belonged to him. Now, do you expect courts to make a determination after living together for almost 9 years whether you own the vacuum cleaner, which is in here, or you own a television set? Do you actually expect a court to make that judgment?
Yes.
It doesn't work that way. You have to behave like grown-ups. If you separated your house, you take whatever property is yours, put it aside, label it. You take whatever property is yours, put it aside, label it, and forget it. We don't have time for this nonsense. Even when people get a divorce, were you ever divorced?
Yes.
Do you have a judgment of divorce?
Yes.
Did you have an attorney?
No.
Did you divide the property with your ex-husband?
No, I left it with him.
Then you left it. You didn't come back and say, I want the dishes, I want the glasses. Let me see what else he wants. Took my Kirby vacuum cleaner. That's you.
Yes.
We don't have time for this.
Your Honor,
Now,
we did buy things separately during the relationship.
Great. Go outside into the hall, go through your property, whatever you can decide upon with each other that belongs to you, that he has, he'll give back to you. And whatever he has, including the vacuum cleaner that you have that belongs to him, you can give back to him. You can come in here with a list, and I will mark it, so ordered. Other than that, I'm not going through a storage unit of your stuff. That's all. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Yeah, let's recall case number 158 in the matter of Muir versus DeLapp. Parties are reminded they're still under oath.
Can I have your list, please? These are the items that you agreed belong to each other. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Will you sign off on all these things because you can make the exchange of that property within the next 5 days? I don't think you need a marshal to do that. It sounds to me as if you've all done that in a very civilized way. Sign off on it.
He's got harassment down for $4,000.
Miss Muir, don't ask him. What do you want to know?
I was asking him to show you who's got harassment down for $4,000.
Just a second. Only property is going to be exchanged.
Apologize.
Property is going to be exchanged.
And
no
this
money,
is each one or
no
the ones I
harassment.
agreed to, or what?
Only if those are what you've agreed to. Are those
Well, the
things
TV's been sold, so how would I return it?
If the TV's been sold, I can't help you.
She already knew about this. It was sold
Listen
for
to me
rent
very
in April.
carefully. No money is going to be exchanged. Only property. So whatever property each of you has in your own possession that belong to the other, figure it out. I will so order it, and you can exchange it. No money is going to be exchanged. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Can you do that? If not, I'm dismissing your case. Go back to your local small claims court and duke it out if some judge is idiot enough to do it. This judge is not that kind of an idiot. Do we understand each other?
Yeah, but see, it's not about me.
No.
Oh, my God.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
That's case number 36 on the calendar in the matter of Idris versus Brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Idris, the defendant is your former girlfriend, and it is your claim that she keyed your car when she got annoyed with you about something or other. Usually that's about another person in your life.
Right.
She denies that she did it. When was your car vandalized?
March 8th, Monday morning, around maybe from 10 to 11 a.m.
And when had you and Miss Brown had a falling out?
The previous night, she was at my house, which was March 7th. I picked her up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Came to my house, we hanged out like we usually do. Just, sitting down, whatever like that. So, fast forward to about 9 p.m., I'm getting ready to take her home, and she goes to use the bathroom. So while she go use the bathroom, she grabs my phone. I didn't notice. So she's in the bathroom for about 5 minutes going through my phone. Meanwhile, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, let's go, let me take you home. So she comes out the bathroom, starts screaming, starts, going off, like, oh, what's these pictures in your phone of girls, something like that. I said, listen.
Why did you take his phone?
I didn't have no reason to take his phone. I just seen it on the counter, and I thought just to take it and look in the bathroom.
And you took his phone in the bathroom in order to see who he had been contacting?
Yes.
Okay. And you found something on the phone that you didn't like?
Yes.
Okay. Now I got it. So, what happened?
So, fast forward, she was angry, she seen the photos, so she's like, take me home now. So whatever, we going downstairs. Meanwhile, I'm still kind of in my head, like, what is she really talking about? So we get in my car in the garage for me to take her home. The minute she steps into the car, she starts swinging at me, hitting me in my face. So I restrain her, like, chill, stop hitting me, what you doing? Like, chill, what you doing? She's like, you know what, I'm going home. I got something. She get out the car, excuse my language, she gonna say,
Just a minute, had you pulled out of your garage? garage?
No, I didn't even start the car yet.
No, but at the time she got out of the car, had you gotten out of the garage?
No, the car was still in the garage.
Okay.
So she get out the car, she dropped her keys, she's picking up her keys while I was holding her bag. I guess she dropped some stuff. So as she's walking out the car, excuse my language, she said, I got something for that A word, A. So in my head, I'm like, what can she possibly do to me to kind of...
I don't care what was in your head.
All right, well, that's what she said. So,
I don't care what was in your head. I only care about what she said to you,
okay,
what you said to her,
right,
what you saw her do,
right,
and what she said she did.
All right, well, that's what she said. So now we go next day, Monday morning, and I'm in my house, Monday morning, regular day, nothing, you know, I'm just hanging out.
Just a second. Let me understand this, Mr. Idris. So she left. You never took your car out of the garage?
Nope, I didn't even move it.
And she left. She walked home?
She walked home, yep.
Okay, how far is her house from yours?
About a 10-15 minute walk by the Bronx Zoo.
She walked home, and you didn't hear from her again that night?
Oh, I did. She sent me a text message.
That night?
Yeah, more or less. I have the text message right here. It was actually...
see it.
Sure. It was actually 7 in the morning, 7:13 in the morning.
Okay, so the answer is you didn't hear from her again that night after about 9:30 at night?
Right, yeah, nothing, just
okay,
a text
you didn't hear from her, she didn't call you?
Nope.
And the next thing you got from her was a text message at 7 in the morning?
Yes.
So when you got this text message from her, I assume you went out to look at your car?
Not right away, because she sent, the first text message, she said, enjoy your car. So I put a question mark, like, what do you mean enjoy my car? So she sent me a text message back, and it was saying, enjoy your car, I'm not mad anymore. I guess she got me, whatever she did to my car, I still don't know to this point. So I see the text message, I go downstairs to see what this enjoy your car means. I go downstairs, I see the car is keyed. So I'm looking like, oh man,
Can I see the photographs?
Yeah, sure.
Did you speak to her after you looked at your car?
I was text messaging her saying, you know what, I'm about to file a lawsuit, you about to get arrested for this.
Well, so do you have those text messages?
Sure. Right there.
Go.
Me and Holly Andrews, we met in April 20.
I don't care. I already know all the facts that I care to know about up until the time you keyed his car. Now, Ms. Brown, you're entitled to be angry. You snoop, sometimes you get more than you planned on getting, right? You're actually entitled to be angry and go home and say, I don't want to deal with this guy anymore. I am a beautiful young woman and I don't need somebody who's not going to do the right thing to me. You're not allowed to vandalize his car. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
We don't have to go through these, do we?
No.
Can I see the estimate to have your car painted?
Yeah, I got 2 different estimates, so based on those.
What year car is this, sir?
It's a 93.
All right, but you can do me a favor, use that brand new book that we got and look up a 1993 Lexus. Mr. Idris would like a paint job for $9,000.
Well, that's what the guy wrote up. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't.
And I would like to see what he could buy a 1993 unscratched Lexus for.
What does the other estimate say?
I don't know, whatever. You're suing for $5,000. I have to see what your car is worth.
Right.
1993 Lexus ES300, GS300, SC300. Which one?
What kind of car do you have?
LS400.
LS400.
Yes.
While he's looking that up, Mr. Idris, when did you purchase this car?
September of 2008.
And what did you pay for it?
Paid about 30.
Not about. I don't want to hear about.
$3,800.
Okay.
$4,025.
Got a good deal on it back in 2008. How many miles did it have on it?
153,000.
You want to give me a revised estimate on that?
3325.
That sounds
in fair condition.
That sounds more like it. Now, you have to get a good paint job.
Indeed.
How much do you think a good paint job is going to cost you?
Well, based on those estimates...
I don't want to hear about it based on those estimates, sir. Your car is worth, at most, $3,000.
Okay.
How much do you think you're going to have it repaired for? Otherwise, you'll sign it over to Ms. Brown. She can sell it, and you can get a new car for $3,000. What's your pleasure?
I'm sorry? I didn't hear you.
It was a little too fast.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Is he worth it?
No, he's not.
So, right? Show him the door.
And later today,
How long was she home with the children, raising your 4 children?
Well, her, along with the maid that she had, was for quite a while, Your Honor.
Just a second. A maid that you had.
Well,
A maid that you had.
That we mutually had.
That's better.
Okay, I understand that.
That's better.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Halim Idris says ex-girlfriend Chelsea Brown keyed his car in a jealous rage.
How much do you think you can have the car painted for?
About what you quoted, $33,000, $3,200, full paint job and the bumper, because the bumper was damaged too. So
Paint job.
about $3,000.
You better get it done for $1,000, because that's all you're going to get.
Wow.
On a $3,000 car. Nobody should invest more than a third of the car to get it painted. So I guarantee you can find somebody in New York to get it painted for you for $1,000, right?
I'll try.
I think you should try. Have you had the car painted?
No.
You driving around with it the way it is?
Still like that.
Judge him for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. Not supposed to let your temper get the best of you. Is he worth it?
No, he's not.
So? Right?
You're right.
Show him the door. That's all. Judge him for the plaintiff.
Please excuse, you may step out.
I was looking for numbers, pictures, anything I could find.
Listen, man, it was a picture of one girl.
Naked girls.
She wasn't naked.
He kept telling me that they old pictures.
So she's making up stories.
He had different stories.
That's all she doing.
Because I wanted him to feel how I was feeling the night before.
Hey, that's just how she is.
Hurt.
I didn't tell her to go on a jealous rage.
Never mess with me no more.
That's just what Chelsea do.
Mullen is suing his son's ex-girlfriend, 20-year-old college student Christina Taylor, for the return of furniture.
Mr. Mullen, I assume that this young man over here is your son. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
The defendant is his former girlfriend. Yeah. According to your complaint, there came a time recently when they decided to move in together. You purchased some furniture and gave them some furniture for their apartment. They subsequently broke up, and you want your stuff back. Is that what this is about?
That's close, Your Honor. I don't want furniture back any longer. I've attempted for over 7 months now to get this furniture back, and I had a son moving out in September going away to college, and he needed some furniture, so I ended up purchasing some new furniture for him. This furniture that she has would just be sitting in the garage now.
So you want money from her?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's see. Why don't you step up here, young man? Your name is?
Dan Mullen.
Dan.
Mm-hmm.
When did you move in with Miss Taylor?
June of 2000.
You moved in together to an apartment that you leased together, or you moved in to her apartment?
That we leased together. We both moved in June.
And what was your share of the rent?
$360, I believe.
Your Honor, it was $260.
Well, clearly if he had paid it, he would have known what the amount was. $260. That was your share.
Yeah.
And how long was the lease?
12 months. June to June.
When did you move out?
November.
Did she ask you to leave?
No. I moved back on my own.
Why did you do that?
I wasn't happy in the city. I wasn't happy living there, so I decided to leave.
And from November until June, I assume that you paid her your half of the rent.
I paid the landlord, Your Honor, and for the rest of the lease. And,
you paid?
I paid.
Now, when your son moved into the apartment, tell me about the furniture that you purchased.
We purchased him a new bed, a new kitchen table and 2 chairs and 2 end tables, and we gave him a TV and a stereo from the house.
Why didn't you take this property with you if you thought it was your property?
At the time, I didn't have a place to store it. She needed a bed. I just wanted to just cut all ties, and then when she would come back from school, then I'd go pick it up. I'd let the rest of the roommates use the furniture, because there was a kitchen table. They wouldn't have a kitchen table. So I just wanted them to have some furniture, I guess.
What do you mean, you guess? You just left?
Yeah.
And when you came home without the furniture, did you have a conversation with your father?
Yes. I told them I was going to let them have the furniture until the end of the year, and then I'd go pick it up.
And what did he say to you?
He said, well, make sure you get the furniture back.
When for the first time did you ask her for the furniture back, sir?
I believe Dan asked her for it back in May and made arrangements for us to go down there in May or in June, and that's when we started to get the waltz around the mulberry bush, you know, that she'd be there next week or the week after she was going on vacation. Then I think my wife took over in August and started calling Christina, and Christina started stating that she had some bills that Dan needed to get taken care of, and my wife asked her what they were, and she said she'd send us copies of them, and she's never, to date, she has not done any of that.
Now, Miss Taylor, this furniture that was brought in by Dan, did you view that as his furniture?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why didn't you return it? He let you keep it until the end of the school year. Why didn't you return it?
Well, the reason he did not take his furniture when he left was because it was a common understanding that he owed me money for a trip to Acapulco, a weekend trip in the Dells, cash payment for bail, and bills. And I have
did you owe her any
evidence
money,
of all
sir?
this.
I always said that I'd pay her $250. That's what I...
Did you owe her any money when you left?
$250. Yes.
Did you pay her?
No, I offered to pay her on several occasions. When I was going to go down and pick up the furniture, I told her I'd come down with a check for $250.
Well, you said $250. She seems to think it's a lot more than $250.
Much more than $250.
Yeah, I paid for the trip to Acapulco on my half. I paid for that. We decided that we'd take a trip to the Wisconsin Dells, and she would pay for my half of the way, and I'd pay her back $250.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and he hasn't?
Correct.
What did you do with the furniture?
The furniture is still at the apartment.
So what you're saying is you were holding this furniture as collateral?
Correct. And he said I could do so when he moved out. He said, keep it here until I can pay you back everything that I owe you.
Mr. Mullen, you gave this furniture to your son, is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
It was a gift?
No, it was not. I was loaning it to him.
No, that's not true, sir. That's not true. Mr. Mullen, you gave the furniture to your son. You had no contract with her. You had no agreement with the defendant. What you had is an arrangement with your son. I am giving you furniture. Were you in school?
Yes.
You were in college. You did what every other parent does. They furnished the apartment, right? This was not a loan to him. You made him a gift. So let's look at the law of gift. Your son left this furniture there as collateral for bills that he owed the defendant. It was his furniture to do whatever he wanted to do with. He could give it away, he could sell it, he could do whatever he wanted with it. He chose to leave it as collateral for money that he owed. And I'm not getting into the amount of money that he owed, because clearly there's a discrepancy, but he says he at least owes $250, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which he hasn't paid.
I offered to pay it on several occasions.
I don't care. You're not part of this lawsuit, except you really should be, because if your father made you a gift, then your father really has no interest in this furniture anymore. It's really your furniture.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It was a gift, Mr. Mullen. You know it was a gift, and I know it was a gift. You gave your son other furniture when your other child moved away and went to college?
That's correct.
Did you have him sign a contract that he would get this furniture back?
No, I did not.
And I assume that if he has a little bit of a party there and the furniture gets damaged and the furniture gets stained from beer bottles and et cetera, you're not going to sue him, are you? No, because it was a gift. So you got to deal with your boy. Your boy's got to take care of his property. Can't be a fool. If when he moved out a year ago, he wanted his property back, what he does is he says, I'm going back home, I'm going to take property and I'm going to store it in my father's garage. Or I have a brother who's going to be going away to college and he's going to need the furniture, I take it with me. That's what a responsible person does. Because I think that there's some truth in what she says, that you said, well, keep the furniture there until I pay you what I owe you. Right?
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Yes, I agreed with you.
Oh, fine. Well, that's not okay. That's yes. That's what I said. So you haven't paid her back what you owe her. This was your gift. It's your property. When you pay her, she'll give you back the furniture. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We're going to get our furniture back. I'm going to pay her the money that I owe her, which is $250. Cut and dry. Settled.
It's a shame that Dan wasn't old enough and mature enough to take care of this on his own. I think it could have been handled a little bit better.
Too bad it has to come to this, you young kids.
If you're 19 years old, do not...
World computer systems analyst Hannah Lee is suing ex-boyfriend, 31-year-old computer engineer Ezra Blanche, for the return of a karaoke machine and other household items.
Order. All rise. Yes, this is case number 446 on the calendar in the matter of Lee versus Blanche. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Ms. Lee, according to your complaint, you and the defendant had a long-distance relationship. You lived several hours away from each other, and you were in this relationship for a couple of years.
2 years, that's correct.
That's a couple.
Yes.
And you indicate in your complaint that while you were together, you would bring some of your property over there because you spent so much time there.
Exactly.
The relationship terminated, and you want your property back.
Correct.
The defendant says that you did bring some things to his house, and the things that you brought to his house were gifts. In addition to being gifts, he talks about money being taken off for vandalism and other nonsense. So we'll get to it in a minute. When did you start this relationship?
Mid-August of 1999.
And where were you living?
Portland, Oregon.
And where was the defendant living?
Tukwila, Washington.
How far is that?
180 miles.
And how often would you visit him?
Every single weekend.
So far, is that correct?
That is correct.
And when did you start to bring property to the house?
I wanted him to learn how to go to karaoke bars with me, and he wasn't comfortable with that. So I said, well, why don't I buy a karaoke machine and some CDGs? It's a very expensive system and microphones, and he already had a stereo system. And since we spent so much time there, that's the first time I bought that.
So you brought it to the house?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's one of the items that you want back, the karaoke system.
Correct.
What else did you bring there?
DVD player.
Why would you bring a DVD player?
Don't.
Sorry, Your Honor.
A DVD player. Well, tell me about that. Tell me how that came about.
Adam wanted to have a system downstairs. He bought a 65-inch TV downstairs with a DVD player. But then I said, well, I like to be upstairs because it's cold downstairs. And he says, well, we don't have a DVD player upstairs. So I said, all right, I'll go buy one.
Okay.
Just like that.
So you went and you bought one?
At Costco. I have the receipt.
And you brought it to the house?
I did, because I'm always there. Sorry. Sorry. I'm nervous.
Don't be silly. Be nervous, but don't be silly.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Good. Okay, so you brought the DVD player over there so that you could use it upstairs because you were cold downstairs?
Yes, correct.
What else?
I have a list. Do you want me to show it to you?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, it's organized by level of importance.
No.
I'm sorry.
Listen to
I'm
me.
sorry.
Listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what things are yours.
They're all
back
mine.
a list.
Everything on this list is mine.
Go, read it.
Okay, the CDG collection.
Slowly.
$1,500, a CDG player, $300, a DVD player, $245, a set of microphone cables and stand, $150, office furniture at Costco, $399.
She's been paid for these things.
Shh.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Now let's get to the office furniture.
Yes?
What kind of office furniture?
It's a set because he had an office room. I didn't really like his office set, so I said, let's just go get a new one because I really liked him. I thought we were going to spend...
Strike that. Listen to me.
Okay.
Strike that off your list. If you say, you have a set, I really don't like it, I'm going to get a new set.
No, he wanted a new set.
Or he wanted a new set, and you said, I'll go get it. Go ahead. What's next?
Domestic stuff from Costco. We furnished his kitchen, and I furnished his bedroom set. Comforters, pillows, yada, yada, yada. And I know you don't really... And then bathroom stuff. And then I also got him a tent for his car.
A what?
A tent for his car, which he traded in.
I'm curious. How did the tent come about?
He said that he can't drive a car without a tent.
Shh, please.
So he wanted one, so I got it for him.
Good. That's nice. That's a gift. Next.
And all the other furniture that I bought was like a dry erase board, I had 5 wall frames that I bought at an auction.
Well, what'd you bring them there for?
Because I moved out of my condo and I didn't have room for it, and he said he'll hold it for me.
Oh, really? Those things I want to hear about. What was that he said he would hold for you?
Well, because I didn't have room in my...
Tell me what it was that he said he would hold.
It's like a dry erase board.
A what?
The dry erase board is like a large one that you can write on. It's mahogany. It's really pretty.
I don't understand what that is.
Did you say dry erase board?
It's a dry erase board with mahogany sides. You pull it out, and you can it's a dry erase. You write on it.
You have that, sir?
Yes, I do. But I gave her money for that, Your Honor.
He decided how much he wanted to pay me.
She paid $25 for it.
Just a second. He gave you money for it?
He says he did, but he did not give me money for it. He just says, I gave you money, and he decides what it's for. That's the way he does things. Okay.
Let's deal with 2 items.
All right, we'll just deal with the...
Let's deal with 2 items. If you're smart, you don't bring things to somebody else's house until you got a piece of paper that says the state of, where do you come from? Washington recognizes that this person and this person are husband and wife, they live together, anything they have is joint. You want to be a fool and bring over all those things to the house? Fine. You want to be a fool and pay for the tinting on his car?
Yes, ma'am.
You do that. But you don't come to court then and say, listen, you have to make me whole because the relationship didn't work out. Otherwise, I would be working 24 hours a day, and I don't like to work so hard.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Hannah Lee says ex-boyfriend Ezra Blanche owes for a karaoke machine, a DVD player, and other household items. Ezra says Hannah forgave the debt when she lost a bet.
Okay, let's deal with the karaoke machine and the DVD player. Let me hear, sir, your rendition of the karaoke machine.
Well, basically, the idea was to go half on the CDGs and things like that. But I didn't want to, I figured if we're going to break up, I don't want to have to deal with having to give it back to her, so I gave her money for these things.
You did? How much money did you give her?
Yes, I gave her $1,200 as payment on a lot of the things.
Let's talk about specifically the karaoke machine.
Okay, and the DVD player. The DVD player was actually a gift. As a matter of fact, that was a Christmas gift. But she's all about money. Basically, okay.
I'm not interested in your editorial comments. Just stick to the facts.
Okay. The fact is that she believes that she can throw money at something.
Listen to me. That's editorial. Do you understand what editorial means?
It's relevant.
I want the facts. When you say to me the DVD player was a Christmas present, that is your determination of a fact.
Okay, there's also
then I will ask you questions about it. Right now we're on the karaoke machine. You say that you gave her $1,200 towards the karaoke machine and the other stuff that goes with it.
Correct.
Did he give you any money towards it?
He did give me money. However, that money was for the negative equity on his car because he drove a Camaro when I first met him and he couldn't afford it anymore. And so I bailed him out. I had a...
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
It was $7,000 negative equity and he had to get rid of the car because his child support was going up.
So how much did you give him?
I gave him my Tercel. That's $4,500.
You gave him your car?
I traded in my car and I bought a Mazda Miata.
So how did he get any money?
My car was the money. And I said, well, I lost my car in this trade. And he said, I would pay you $100 a month to help with your payments and stuff like that. So I took the $1,200 as part of the money for my car.
Did she help you out with your negative balance on your car?
Basically, she traded her car in on a deal, and I also paid money also.
I don't care about what you paid also. I'm talking about what money came out of her pocket. Are you following me? Did she, in the course of your relationship, help you out by trading in her car, which cost her some money?
It was also for her benefit, Your Honor.
Was it for your benefit?
Both, yes, Your Honor.
How much benefit did you receive from it?
$1,000.
Did you pay her back for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you paid her back the $1,000 in addition to the $1,200 that you gave her for the karaoke machine?
Based on a bet, Your Honor, yes.
Excuse me?
Based on a bet, Your Honor, yes, and also based on
What do you
vandalism.
mean based on a bet? Explain that to me.
She made a bet, Your Honor, that she would have a six-pack of abs in 30 days.
No, I don't understand. Didn't say a word that you said, sir.
She made a bet, or she made a wager that she could do something within 30 days. When she did not do it in the 30 days, she lost that particular bet.
She lost that bet, and who did she make the bet with?
With me.
So it's not that you paid her the $1,200
No, I did pay her $1,200, Your Honor.
So what you didn't pay her for was the $1,000 for the car?
Correct, but we never agreed to pay on that.
So what debt was forgiven as a result of this wager that you had?
I have a list, Your Honor.
Of things that were forgiven as a result of the wager?
A list of things that she purchased and I've paid for either with the wager or with services or with vandalism.
Tell me about the vandalism.
Well, basically, she has a very, very nasty temper, and she has a problem with my past.
What did she do?
She put a hole in my wall, she kicked dents in my door, she put holes in my door.
Now, did she do this, and after she did this, you terminated the relationship?
Terminated the relationship several times, Your Honor.
All right, but you didn't terminate the relationship after each of these incidents, finally.
Actually, I did, and then she would always try to throw money back at me.
Whatever, sir. You didn't. She punched a hole in the wall, you had a fight, she left, then she came back. Is that right?
Yes.
And you took her back, right? And she continued to come on weekends.
Correct.
That is what we call forgiving. You forgave those things. You don't come now and say, I sort of charged it off to debts and wagers. Listen, sir, you have a DVD player in your house and a karaoke machine, is that right?
Correct.
Does the karaoke machine work?
Yes.
And all the accoutrements work?
Yes.
And what about the DVD player? Does it work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Pack it all up, because she's getting it back. Not all this other nonsense. But this she's getting back, because if you have a relationship that doesn't work out, clearly the karaoke machine you say you paid for, I don't believe you paid for it.
What about the damages, Your Honor?
I don't have a counterclaim for damages, sir. You never filed a claim against her for damages, did you?
No, I didn't have a chance to, Your Honor.
Well, chance, that's what we're here for. I don't have a claim. The karaoke machine you said you paid for, and then the negative equity in the car you didn't pay for, but then there was a wager, and she said if I can spin around 4 times with a banana on my nose, then I will pay for it. Whatever the bet was. She lost the bet, so you said, that's baloney. Okay. Relationship is terminated. You have to do the right thing. The right thing is she invested a lot of money in electrical equipment for your house.
The DVD player was a gift, Your Honor.
Does it sound familiar to you that she said, let's put one upstairs because it's too cold downstairs?
Not exactly, Your Honor, no.
Well, what exactly? You said not exactly. Was that a no or a yes?
Well, she told me that I could forget about paying for that because she had done something in the relationship and she wanted to stay.
She said, you can forget about paying for it because I did something wrong.
Correct.
A minute ago, you told me it was a Christmas present.
Well, on top of that, Your Honor.
Well, a minute ago, you told me it was a Christmas present.
Yes, Your Honor.
You see, when you lie, sir, what happens is you usually trip over your tongue eventually, you know, eventually. You're giving back the DVD player and the karaoke machine. They're going back within 5 days. Pack them up. She will pay for shipping, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Court will prepare an order. Good luck to you both. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It just didn't work out, but I still care about him a lot.
She's got a very nasty temper.
He's a good person.
She likes to get physical and violent.
I wish him the very best.
She needs to grow up.
Former friend, 24-year-old customer service rep Deanna McGeorge, for half the cost of a brand new car, won in a radio contest.
Order. All rise.
This is case number 310 on the calendar in the matter of Siegfried versus McGeorge. Parties have been sworn. You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Siegfried, it is your complaint that the defendant reneged on an agreement that the two of you had when you entered into a contest. And the contest, which you'll explain to me, had as its prize a car. And you claim that the defendant agreed that if she won the car, she would either sell the car and give you half of the proceeds, but she would share the prize with you, and likewise, if you won, you would share it with her. She, in fact, won the car and refuses to sell it or give you half of its value. That's what the case is about.
Right.
So, this was a good friend of yours?
A very good friend of mine, yes.
Now tell me about the contest.
It was actually put on by a local radio station. The two of us...
Where?
In L.A. We were going to try to win tickets to see a particular group.
A group? What kind of group?
NSYNC.
I've heard of them.
We were trying to win concert tickets through this radio station, and we had been calling for over a week. We'd been trying very hard to win these tickets, and in the process, through one of the times that we called, Deanna was asked if she would like to participate in another contest that they had running at the same time, which involved sitting in a car for a week. And at that time, I was with Deanna when she was on the phone with the radio station. And
where were you?
We were actually in my car coming home from a mall where we were meeting one of the DJs from the radio station. And we had decided when we left the mall that let's try and win the tickets again. So she continued calling, and at that time she was asked, would you like to be in a car contest? And her response was, would this make me lose out on winning the tickets to the concert? And they told her yes, that you would not be eligible any longer to win the tickets. And she's like, well, I don't know. And I'm all, just do it. It'd be fun. Just do it. So she's decided now at this point that she's going to be in the contest.
All right. Now, what exactly was the contest?
She was to sit in a car for a week.
Alone?
No, there were other contestants that were going to be participating. The original rules set forth were that the person who stayed in the car the longest would win the car. And when myself and her went down to the contest, I drove her down there. We found out prior to the contest at the beginning that it would end on Sunday regardless of...
How many people's chochases were still in the car?
There were 2 cars.
Okay.
And in one car there were 4 people, and in our car There was myself, Deanna, and another contestant.
They couldn't get 4 people. They
That's
couldn't
correct.
get 4 lunatics. to
That's
sit in the car.
They suckered me into it instead.
Okay, so you got down there with her and they said, would you like to sit in the car too?
Right. They asked me if I would be interested in staying in the car because they didn't have enough contestants to participate. So they asked me if I would be interested in staying down there. I wasn't very...
Was it the same radio station that was running this contest?
The same radio station, yes, that was giving away the tickets for the concert, yes.
And at the end of the contest, which was going to be that Sunday, if everybody is left in the car, how do they choose a winner?
They drew straws.
They said it would be a drawing.
Right.
That's all they said.
Okay. So the 2 of you stayed in the car for the entire week?
Yes, we did.
Is that right?
Yes.
How were you fed?
How were we fed? We were sponsored by a local restaurant that
They just gave you the food in the car?
They brought us meals throughout the day.
And what about potty breaks? How do you do that?
They specified them as 3-hour breaks, and at that time we were able to get out of the car for 15 minutes and do what we needed to do, to stretch and what have you.
And what about sleeping? You just slept whenever?
They slept in the car. I personally did not sleep for 4 days straight, but we slept in the car.
In the car?
In the position that we were sitting in. We were never able to leave the position of the car that we were in.
What if you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night?
You went in the car.
Seriously?
Nobody actually did that.
We never had that come up, but yes, that would have been...
Or you get out.
Or you get out of the car and go to the bathroom.
And then you're out of the contest?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And sometimes they didn't wake us up to go.
I would never last in a contest like that. Okay, so the end of the week came, and it's on Sunday, and the 3 of you were left in your car?
Right, correct. The other car, they had already designated a winner.
So, drew straws.
Correct.
And you picked?
It was actually numbered straws, and they had corresponding numbered envelopes that had keys in the envelopes. And I picked a straw with the number 2 on it and the envelope number 2, and they said whatever key started the car, that person was to win the car.
And you won?
Yes.
So now tell me about this contract that you allege you had with her. Because it's clear that she decided not to sell the car. She decided to keep the car. Friendship's over. She said, I'm not selling the car and I'm not giving any money.
Correct.
Now tell me your version of the contract that you had with her.
Okay. Simply, while we were sitting in the car, her and I discussed that we would sell the car and split the money from the car. And in the process, we would also win tickets to see NSYNC. One of us would get the tickets and we would split everything.
Okay, and did you get the NSYNC tickets?
Yes, I did.
And did you go with the defendant?
I did take the defendant to the concert.
So far, that's all right. Mm-hmm. Now tell me about your understanding of this agreement that you had with her.
As far as the agreement goes, when we got in the car together, she had mentioned something about if either one of us wins the car, let's sell it and split the money. And I had said, I don't want to agree to anything just yet. I don't know what the outcome of the contest is. So I can't say yes or no. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know if I'm even going to win. I don't know if you're even going to win.
And this was a conversation that you said you had as soon as you got into the car?
It wasn't directly right when we got in the car, but
within a day or so?
The first day.
Within the first day?
Mm-hmm.
And you stayed in the car together for 5-6 days?
Mm-hmm. Nothing else was ever mentioned.
And did you speak to each other?
Yeah.
Friendly, laughing?
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't believe you. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe you.
Okay.
If she's your friend, and what she's saying is absolutely right, the 2 of you being in this contest certainly increased your chances of winning.
Right.
You got much better odds with the 2 of you deciding that whoever wins, it's going to be like a joint winning.
Right. Except that the whole reason I was doing this was because I was in some financial problems, and if I were to win the car, I wanted to use that to help
And what
me
if you lost everything? You think that if you lost everything, you would take the same position as you're taking now? No, you wouldn't.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deborah Siegfried says former friend Deanna McGeorge refuses to share a car they won in a radio contest. Deanna says they only agreed to share another prize, tickets to an NSYNC concert.
So you had financial problems, but you made an agreement with her. And the agreement was that if either of you won this contest, you were going to share the prize money. And how could you not?
That agreement?
Yes, you did. Sure you did. You may have put it in the back of your mind, forgot about it, said, it's not really what I meant. I said I would sell the car, but now I'm not going to sell the car because I really want the car. I'm going to keep the car, so where am I going to get money to give you? And forget it, and the friendship is over. It's really outrageous, Miss McGeorge. How long had you
Well,
been
that
friends?
wasn't exactly how it happened. We had been friends up way after the contest, and I had explained to her that I wasn't going to sell the car, and she was fine with that. Nothing was ever mentioned from the contest from the time of, I would say, April until about September. September is when she started all this.
Why?
Because we had gone on vacation in August together, and we both had some mishaps. We got in an argument, and when we got back, I hadn't called her for a couple days, and she left me a message on my voicemail, which I thought was very rude, and I didn't want to call her back. I was just wanting to take some time away from her because we had been in arguments, and I decided that I wasn't going to call her back.
Had you discussed between the time that you won this contest and the time you went on vacation what you were going to do with the car?
When I actually received the car in April, I had told her that I decided I was going to keep the car.
And what did she say to you at that point?
She really didn't say anything. We were in the gym, and she walked out on me.
She was angry.
Yeah, I understand.
She was
that.
angry.
I understand that.
Well, I just want to make sure that that's clear, that that was not, at least as far as she was concerned, her understanding.
Right.
You said to her, I decided to keep it. Bye. So she was angry. Another thing, did you win the concert tickets to NSYNC as a sort of a second prize?
I was given concert tickets to see NSYNC and also some tickets to another group.
How many tickets were you given to NSYNC?
At the time, they were only going to give me 2, but she had asked me if I could please ask the gentleman to get us 2 more because we had planned
I
on...
didn't ask her to.
I had asked on... We had planned on taking her niece and her niece's friend to the concert as well, so she thought that if I asked him for 4, he might give us 4, and then all 4 of us could go together.
But if you hadn't gotten the 4, and if you just got the 2, who was supposed to go?
It would be Deanna and myself.
And you, in fact, went?
Yes, we did.
So you split that prize money?
Yes, I did.
Is suing his ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old salesman Dan Merovitz, for unpaid credit card charges and a trip to Europe.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant met on the internet sometime last year, is that right?
Yes.
And began a relationship that lasted for how long?
About 8 months.
Did you live together during that period?
Most of it, yes.
It is your claim that during the time that you lived together, you made certain loans to the defendant. Loans that were made by virtue of your credit card,
Yes.
some cellular phone expenses, and the cost of his share of a trip to Europe that you took together, that you
Yes.
claimed that he promised to pay you for, but never did.
Correct.
The defendant says that all of these expenses were gifts. While he acknowledges the expenses, that he made certain charges, he said that they were all gifts from you made during the course of a relationship. So that's where we're at. When did you and the defendant begin living together?
May of last year.
When did you give him access to your credit card?
Maybe 2 months after that, he was getting a promotion and he needed it to keep his job.
What do you mean he needed it to keep his job?
With his promotion, he had more responsibility, he had to entertain, he had to travel, and without that, he probably wouldn't have been able to keep his job.
Did you get him his own credit card, or did you give him yours?
It was basically a partner card off of my account with his name.
So far, is it correct that you had a partner card of the plaintiffs starting in about July of 2000?
Yeah.
Now, when you got the bill, let's say in September, and you were still together in September of 2000, who paid his portion of the bill?
As Dan would get company funds back to him on his expense checks, he would either write a check out to me or just reimburse me in one way or another with money.
Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah.
What about October? Do the same thing?
As he would be paid by his company, he would pay me back.
So far, is that correct, sir?
Voluntarily, yeah.
I love it. You would pay him back.
Right.
Now, you separated, according to this, sometime in November?
That sounds correct, yes.
At the time you separated, what was the balance on his card?
At that time, it was probably around...
Don't give me a probably around. Courts don't deal with probably around. Where's the paperwork? Don't give me a whole lot of paperwork to look through. Make it easy for me.
It's a quarterly expense report. It has everything.
Just make a little check mark with regard to where his expenses were on his card.
Every single one. It's just his side of it. It's not mine or not included.
I thought I was going to get him to do this for me. Did you do a lot of traveling for your business, sir? Stayed at the Radisson in Sarasota. Good deal? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. There is no question in my mind, based upon my examination of the defendant, that he treated this money as a loan. Despite the fact that he claims in his answer that it was a gift, he treated it as a loan because, according to him, he made payments. He made payments in September, he made payments in October. Isn't that what you just said to me? Well, even though you said voluntarily.
Right. But none of it was an agreement throughout the month.
Listen to me. Baloney. If you made payments, that is indicia that you treated your credit card as a second holder for your company expenses. Many of these, the most substantial of these, are company expenses. You treated them as a loan because you paid him back. There came a time when you stopped paying on the credit card. On what day did you stop paying on the credit card, sir?
I think when I left, when we split.
Why?
Tom gave these things to me. I voluntarily gave him the checks on a month-to-month basis.
All right, let me ask you this question, Mr. Meyerowitz.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you honestly believe that Mr. Long, had you not paid him back as you got these checks for reimbursement from your company, would have continued to allow you to use the credit card?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. There were many
Well, why
threats
would you
throughout the whole
think,
time.
Mr. Meyerowitz, not only were you getting substantial monies back from your company, you expect him to pay the bill and you get reimbursed and you put the money in your pocket so that you get extra money. Is that what you're telling me? And that the money that he advanced you on his credit card, sort of like additional salary to you.
Right.
Is that what you're claiming? Is that what you're claiming? I just want to know your position. That he was giving you this money and he was saying to you, you can keep the checks that you get from the company to cover your cell phone and your hotels and your meals and your client entertaining. You keep that because I want you to have that extra money. That's what your position is.
Right. I'm not.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Wrong. All right, now let's deal with the trip to Europe. Let me hear about the trip to Europe.
Well, I had a lot of Sky Miles points, and I had told Dan if he paid $500 worth of the entire trip, I would pay for everything else. And he paid about $100.
When did he pay the $100 towards the trip?
Probably on his own credit card when he was paying for a dinner or something.
You mean on your credit card?
No, actually on his own this time.
Oh, it's hard to use your own when you have somebody else's.
I didn't even have my own.
Whatever. But what expenses did you actually incur for him in Europe? You used your points to get there.
I have that right here for you.
Okay. These aren't $500 worth of expenses.
There was also cash involved.
I mean, we're talking about a couple of meals, $31, $7.47, $9.99.
Well, it doesn't cost $500 to fly to Europe. It costs considerably more.
You used your points.
But I had to pay for some of it also.
Where is
I
that?
only had so many points.
Where? Show me where.
I don't have that right now.
Well, now is the time to have it. We don't have it later. Later is no good. We can't do approximates, okay? So I am deducting that from your total claim, leaving a balance of $2,439.
Actually, I have checks which are on a canceled account, and I also have...
So what does that have to do with anything? I am awarding you everything except the travel expenses. So what difference does it make if you've got canceled checks? I do not believe, Mr. Meyerowitz,
because it actually
that this
cost me $2,800 and whatever the $330, or it cost me that amount of money.
I've just looked at this. This doesn't come to $400. And even if it did come to $400, the expenses for going out to eat, etc., have to be cut in half because you ate too. I assume you didn't
Correct.
say you go eat and I'm going to go eat. Don't
That
push
was
your luck,
really a
Mr.
cheap
Long.
trip to Europe.
He is responsible for all of his expenses that he made on the credit card. I find that they were not gifts. I find that his payments were not voluntary. I find that he agreed to pay you for those, and that he did in fact pay you for some until the relationship terminated. So I am awarding you that part of your claim, which is $2,439. I am not awarding you the money for the trip. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Tom lied about the trip. That was That was a gift. That was something that he surprised me with.
Maybe he'll grow up out of the whole thing.
He moved me in. He took care of me. He wanted to play a sugar daddy per se.
Of course, you have to have money to be a sugar daddy. I'm just a poor lawn man.
I'm sticking to what I thought it was.
He should have paid me 12 payments of $250.
Gretch versus Garrett. Step forward, please.
50-year-old store manager Deborah Gretch is suing her son, 26-year-old construction worker Troy Gerrits, for an unpaid loan. Troy says the loan should be offset because his 18-year-old brother ran up his cable bill by renting movies.
All right, I believe that there are certain things that we can agree upon in this case, so it will simplify the issue. Mrs. Gretch, the defendant is your son.
Yes.
Who is 26 years old?
Yes.
According to your complaint, there came a time when he fell behind in some bills, he wanted to consolidate his bills, and you agreed to loan him $6,000, $6,000 some odd dollars. And you acknowledged that that loan was made to you.
Yes.
He did repay some of the loan for a considerable period of time. The balance on the loan is some $4,400.
Right.
And you acknowledge that the balance of the loan is some $4,400. Is that right?
Yes.
But you have a defense.
Yes.
Your defense is that your brother, your other son, 17, moved in with you.
Yes.
And ran up a huge cable bill.
Yes.
The amount of $3,500.
Yes.
That you believe is your mother's responsibility, that you want to deduct from the loan.
Yes.
Okay, that's your defense. Now, was your 17-year-old living with you before he moved in with his brother?
Yes. But he moved in with his brother and his dad.
His brother and his father?
Mm-hmm.
Do you live with your father?
Not no more.
But you did?
Yep, and my grandparents.
And when did he move in with you?
1999. I don't know quite which month it was. January.
And when did he start running up this cable bill?
As soon as he moved in.
How do you know that?
Well, he's the only one that was in the room renting the movies.
So he was renting the movies from...
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view movies.
Is that right?
Yes.
Who got the first bill?
I get all the bills.
So when you got your February bill and you saw all these bills on there, what did you do about it?
Put a lock code on it. He figured that out, so I disconnected it from the phone. And then the bills don't come, not unless it's hooked up to the phone. Once I hook the phone up, I get this large amount of bill. For
just a minute. He could not have run up a $3,500 cable bill in 1 month.
No, it wasn't. It was over a year, year and a half, I believe.
Well, then that's your responsibility. That's your responsibility.
For me to pay for him?
He's living under your control in your home. You say you got all the bills, so you were in control of all the bills, Mr. Gerrits.
Yes.
It was your responsibility to see to it that an appropriate mechanism was put in place so that he could not rent any more of these movies after you saw that he was abusing the privilege after the first month.
I'll let him explain what he did through all this, renting the movies and everything, that I feel that she should have to pay me because he was a minor. No matter what, if he was living with her or not.
Just a minute, when did your father move out?
My father never moved out.
So what about your father?
He doesn't have a job, no nothing. So what am I supposed to do, support him too?
No, sir. What you're supposed to do is if you can't get your brother to stop renting pay-per-views that you are responsible for, you kick him out of the house.
He wasn't 18.
So you're not responsible for him, sir, to keep him in your house? Kick him out.
How would you feel about kicking your own son out at 15, 16 years old?
Just a minute. He's not your son. Kick him out.
He's my brother, though.
Then pay his bills. If you can't figure out a way to control him, pay his bills. Don't say, I'm not going to pay his bills. I'm going to pay this, and I'm going to deduct it from what I owe my mother. What kind of stupidity is that?
To get the money out of her.
No. You elected to take your brother into your house. Evidently, he chose not to live with his mother. He chose to live in your house with your unemployed father.
I do not own the house. He moved in with my father and my grandparents, and I was living there, and he was living there with them.
But evidently, the cable bill was in your name.
Okay, the cable bill's in my name,
then
but
you
who
have
should
to
take care of it?
Just a second. Cut it off.
I did cut it off finally after I got that bill that had the large amount on it.
You should have cut it off immediately when you saw he was doing it. Immediately. That was your responsibility. It was wrong. He's a minor. but as a result of your negligence and not seeing to it that his conduct was monitored while in your home, you can't visit that on your mother. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,400. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a minor. She should still have to pay for him.
I couldn't govern what he was doing. I thought his dad should take responsibility for it.
My judgment is right. I believe I am right and she is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Awad versus Awad, step forward, please.
Dennis Awad is suing his ex-wife, Sandra Awad, for her share of their daughter's college tuition.
Mr. Awad, you and the defendant have children and are divorced. It is your claim that your former wife owes you some money for tuition and expenses for one of your children for school. You claim that there was an agreement with her that she would pay half of those expenses. When were you divorced?
2008.
It's July 2007, Your Honor. Can I see a copy of the decree, please? Do you have a copy of the decree, Mr. Awad?
No, not with me.
Mr. Awad, were you represented by counsel?
Yes.
Did you have counsel? Yes, I did, Your Honor. Am I correct that the judgment of divorce does not mention anything with regard to college payments?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, sir. I'm ready to listen to you.
Okay, basically, we had an agreement, Sandra and I, to be able to pay for our adult children. We have 4 children, 3 of them were going to college, and that we would pay for their tuition and expenses, housing, everything to support them.
What do you mean that they're adult children?
They were children over 18.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were, what I would consider adult children.
No, they're not adult children, sir. They're not for the purpose of college tuition. And that should have been in your decree.
Well, I mean, they're older children. I mean, I don't know.
The child for whom you are seeking reimbursement is how old?
Today she's 22.
And for what year are you requesting reimbursement of her tuition?
Your Honor, for this last year.
What?
For this last year.
What is she still doing in school at age 23?
She is trying to get her master's degree in 5 years, and she just actually had been able to achieve that this last month. So she's finished, almost finished with her degree.
Tell me when you made this arrangement with your former wife about paying tuition.
This arrangement was made over a period of time.
No. Listen, Mr. Awad. When did you make this arrangement with your wife? This contract, not arrangement, contract with your wife to pay for half of your children's tuition?
It was made when she started to go to school, which would have been, I guess, probably 2006. But we continued it each time. We would have to renew the tuition. We would have to go ahead and get sometimes loans to be able to provide for her schooling.
That's a voluntary payment, sir. Let me read to you what your decree says. This judgment is intended to be final, complete, and exclusive of the intent of the parties over the matter it covers. It supersedes any previous, contemporaneous, oral, or written judgment between the parties with respect to these matters. So anything that happened prior to the date that this was filed, which is July 26, 2007, is superseded by this. Now, this could have contemplated what you say, that the parties agree, despite the fact that you may have a child who's 35 years old and still wants to go to school. You think if your daughter was 35 and still wanted to go to school to get a PhD, that your former wife would be responsible for half?
Not necessarily, but in this circumstance, Your Honor, she did agree after the divorce to continue to pay for half of the expenses of her child.
Tell me when, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Here's a situation where I paid my ex-wife over $3 million, so she has plenty of money to be able to support and take care of her children, and it doesn't seem right.
No, that's not true, sir.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dennis Awad claims ex-wife Sandra Awad owes for half of their daughter's college tuition. Sandra says she doesn't have the money.
Now, other than just paying, tell me when she said, I will continue to pay half of her expenses for as long as she goes to school.
I can't give you an exact date, Your Honor, because it happened multiple times over many years.
I can't help you, sir. I can't help you, sir. There are certain things as being parental and saying, listen, I'm sharing these expenses by sending you a check. That doesn't create a contract. That contemplates a voluntary act on her part. Just as if you say, I'm not paying for this tuition anymore, she can't take you to court and say, listen, he paid for it up until 2008, and then he just stopped. And now she's 23 years old, and she has a year left to go to school. And I shouldn't be responsible for paying all of that. Well, actually, nobody's responsible for paying for all of that.
Well, Your Honor, when we started out, at the time our children were in school, certainly we didn't know we were going to be getting divorced. And if all of a sudden, you know, a child is in school and they need support because they're not independent at that point in time, it is the responsibility of a mother and a father, if they can, to try to assist their children.
Absolutely correct. Just a second, Mr. Rayward. You are absolutely correct, in my judgment, that after a child reaches the age of majority, which is 21 years old, in most places, especially for the purposes of matrimonial actions and college, that it would be lovely if you have a talented child who wants to go pursue higher education, and if you can afford it, to say, I'm the mother, I'm the father, we're both going to contribute to that child's education. I agree with you. That's a moral responsibility if you can afford it.
Right.
It's not a legal responsibility, unless there is a contract that makes it a legal responsibility. Unless she says to you, if you pay the tuition for a daughter, I will reimburse you half of that. And that didn't happen in this case. I don't believe that that's what happened. That's not even what you say happened.
Your Honor, you know, I'm not an attorney, but I do know that over a long period of time that what we had is multiple emails, many times when both Sandra and I would agreeing to pay 50-50 share for not only their tuition, but for their expenses, their housing, all different types of things. And the children knew this, and they depended upon that. And they knew that their parents were trying to take care of them. And it would only seem...
That's a moral responsibility, sir. And it's a responsibility, if you can continue to do that for an adult child who's over 21, in this case your daughter's 23, then you're absolutely right. If you can do it, fine. But it's not a matter that can be resolved in a court. You don't have a contract with her. If your daughter wants to continue to attend school and you can afford it, and your former wife feels as if she can't afford to pay for her continued education anymore, let your daughter take out loans and pay them back when she graduates, like a lot of other people do.
Yes, I understand that, Your Honor, but here's a situation where I paid my ex-wife over $3 million, so she has plenty of money to be able to support and take care of her children, and it doesn't seem right.
No, that's not true, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
How many children do you have?
4.
What kind of work did your wife do when you were living together and raising 4 children?
She was a housekeeper.
She was a housekeeper for
the children.
I was a housewife. Just a second. For the children? She didn't work outside the home.
That's correct.
And you had a business?
Yes.
And enough of a business so that she was able to, when you divorced, have a piece of money. How long was she home with the children, raising your 4 children?
Well, her, along with the maid that she had, was for quite a while, Your Honor.
Just a second. Okay. Maid that you had.
Well, okay.
A maid that you had.
That we mutually had.
That's better.
Okay, I understand that.
That's better.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
That's better. Let's say your wife got $3 million in the divorce decree. Did she get that in a lump sum?
Yes.
And you took that as a deduction on your tax returns as the following year?
No, I don't think so.
Really? Didn't have any tax benefit, and she got $3 million clean without paying any taxes on it?
I don't know exactly how the tax consequences were, but...
Let's say that's what she has. And all the time she was at home, she was honing no skills and not involved in a business. Let's say she invests that money, and she's fortunate enough to invest that $3 million at 4% interest, right?
Right. She'd make $120,000 a year.
Absolutely right. How much did you file taxes for that you earned last year? You filed taxes last year. You have a business?
Yes, I do.
Are you remarried?
No.
You filed tax returns in April?
Yes.
How much did you earn?
About $100,000.
What does that mean, about 100? I know exactly up to the quarter. Ask CBS how much I earn. To the quarter, I know. What do you mean you earn about $100,000?
Your Honor, I don't know exactly how much it is.
You don't have a case, Mr. Rayward. You want to continue to pay for your 23-year-old daughter's education? She wants to go for a master's. She wants to go for a doctorate. And if you can afford to pay it, fine. And if you can't, tell her, sweetheart, you have to take out loans. You're a big girl now. You're over 21. I can't do it myself. And your mother, at her stage and age in life, cannot afford to dip into her principal that she's going to have to live off for the rest of her life. How old are you?
56.
hard to retrain, especially in today's economy. Do we understand each other, sir?
I understand.
Perfect. Goodbye.
Excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues.